friends. Thanks for coming back. I have 5 more books to show you today as I work through showing you the books that I have read this summer. It is the beginning of August. We go back to school. Students come back on the 19th this year, and I'm ready for them. I'm actually not ready for them because we have some construction going on in our school. So I really won't have a library to go back to right away. So let me introduce myself. Speaking of that, I am Rhonda Morrison. I am Mrs. Morrison to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. There's any given time of the year, 300 and something to 400 and something students. I'm their librarian and I love it. I love talking about books. I love seeing my students get into the books that you're reading. We also do Battle of the Books at some point in the year too, so that will be coming up this year. I'm really excited about. So today I have 5 more books to rant about. I am new at this, and I've said it before, this is my 3rd video, and if you've watched the other 2, thank you so much. If you like them, please tell your friends about them. If you don't like them, that's okay, please tell them anyway. They might like it. I love it. I'm having fun with this. This is something that I've really wanted to do, and it gives me somebody to talk to about my books that I'm reading. So my goal this summer was to read as many books as I could to talk to our students about the books in their library. Some of the books that I've read were books that we've had on our shelves for years. Some of them are new books that I have never heard of or I've picked up along the way this summer. So let's just get started. The first book that I have, I'm really excited about because one of my teacher friends, she's a 5th grade teacher, she's right across the hall from me. She told me about a podcast that she knew that I would like, and immediately I listened to it, and it was an interview with Kwame Alexander, and I loved the podcast. I told her right away, thanks for sending me that. I really liked it, whatever. So I went on vacation this summer to Petoskey, and I ran into a used bookstore, and I found the book that he was talking about in his podcast, and I was so excited. I got it for $6. So right away, I came back and I told my friend about this book. And then as I'm sending her this text with the picture in it, I flip through it. It's autographed. I could not believe my luck. I can't believe this. So I just feel like I won the jackpot lottery with this book. So I'm excited. And so I read it. It is a graphic novel. He wrote this graphic novel as an adaptation to the chapter book in the series that he has right now. And I ended up reading later on this summer, I read one of his other books, Booked. It's called Booked. So this one is the crossover, and I really liked it. It's just black and white and orange. These are the little pictures. So we have our main, let me start here. The copyright date is 2019, and there are 224 pages. Our main character is Josh Bell. He is a twin, but this book is about Josh. He is also known as Filthy McNasty. That is the nickname that his dad gave him. He's a basketball player, obviously. Jordan is his twin brother. They're 13 years old, and Jordan and Josh are very different. They do both play basketball, but one of them is more into it than the other, but they're both really good at it. The differences between Josh and Jordan is that Josh loves his long hair. Like, I don't know if you can see that on here. He has long dreadlocks. There he is. And his brother's hair is shaved. But Jordan likes to bet. So he will just flippantly bet, like, oh, hey, I bet you can't, make this free throw, or hey, I bet you can't talk to that girl over there. So that's their relationship. They're very different. They do, I do want to read this page because this is what made me read the book and be excited about finding it. Page 43 is Kwame Alexander read this page when on his interview. And I mean, I'm never ever probably going to read this like Kwame Alexander because he's the one who wrote it. And there's nothing better than reading or listening to something that the author wrote. But here it goes anyway. Ode to my hair. If my hair were a tree, I'd climb it. I'd kneel down beneath it and enshrine it. I'd treat it like gold and then I'd mine it. Each day before school, I unwind it. And right before games, I entwine it. These locks on my head, I designed it. And one last thing, if you don't mind it, that bet you just made, I decline it. I just love that. So let me go back. So because Jordan likes to bet, he bet Josh that if they didn't win the game, he'd have to shave his head. So he came back with that. So Josh would not shave his head. He was not going to accept that bet. But in the middle of a fight, somehow one of his braids gets snipped off. And he is upset. So the boys end up fighting through the whole book and they have to find their way back to their relationship. So there's a girl involved, of course. They're 13-year-old boys. So there's that. There's games that they're trying to win. There's pressure. It's really cool. And there are some old school name drops in here of old basketball players. And I recognize them too because my husband is a big basketball fan. So that is the crossover by Kwame Alexander. The next one I have, I am going to admit, I ordered this one through our Scholastic dollars because I wanted to read it. I do that a lot, but nobody has checked it out yet. So I thought that I would read it this summer, see what it's like, and then I can book talk it, and then hopefully I can get some of my readers to check it out. It's Words on Fire by Jennifer Nielsen. I posted this to my Facebook page, and this is one of the books that I got the most comments on from my friends. Everybody loves Jennifer A. Nielsen. I do want to read some more of her books. The one on my TBR list is The Night Divided, but there's also some more. So Words on Fire. Copyright date 2019. There are 336 pages. Our main characters are Audra and Lucas, and the setting is Lithuania. This is during the war, so this is in the 40s, or late 30s, early 40s, and Audra's parents are book smugglers. But they are undercover, obviously, book smugglers, because it's a very dangerous job. So her dad is an undercover magician. So he travels to different areas under the vice of a magician, not a musician, a magician. And Audra has learned some tricks along the way, but she is very shy, and she doesn't feel like she has a lot to offer or a lot to say. She's very sheltered. Her mom and dad are sheltering her, but they are found out, and so the soldiers come to their house, but her parents are captured, and she watches her house burn down, and so that's very traumatic for her. So she has to figure out what she's going to do next. So she takes a couple of days of running, and she ends up finding the woman that her mom told her to look for. She meets Lucas because Lucas is also a book smuggler. So through that, she kind of learns how to do it. He protects her. She meets another man who knows her parents very well and does not want her in this business. So he does everything he can to cut her out of this business, but she feels like she wants to do this and she wants to make a difference like her parents, but she also is still trying to find her parents. So does she find them or does she not? That is to be read. That's for you to find out. Okay, this next book that I have read, I don't know if you can see Kitty. Hey, Kitty. Making a little bit of noise over there. Is by Lynn Kelly. It's called The Secret Language of Birds. And the reason why I got this book for our library is because I read the first one, Song for a Whale, and loved it. I read it to some of my 5th grade classes and they really liked it too. And I had sometimes I don't finish a book because I have them for only 30 minutes at a time once a week. So it's harder for us to do a read aloud and finish a big chapter book like this. But if I can get them a little bit interested, the hope is that they want to find out what happens. And I had a couple of them finish the Song for a Whale. So I wanted to read this one, and don't you love this cover? And Song for a Whale is a lot like this cover, like just gorgeous. I love it. She has a couple other books that I will definitely be reading. I think you fell. But this one the copyright is 2024, so it's just came out last year. And there are 240 pages. The main character is Nina. She's an amateur bird watcher. She's just about 12 years old. And she feels like she doesn't fit in anywhere. With her family, she's the youngest. She gets teased a lot by her brothers. She doesn't really have a crew or any friends at school. She's just shy. There's nothing wrong with her. She's just shy. This setting is Texas. She goes to her aunt's camp. Her aunt owns a summer camp. So she goes to the summer camp before the students get there so she can help her aunt clean it up and all of that, just for something to do. And she ends up staying for most of the summer because she met 3 friends. She met Georgie, Emma, and Ant. Yes, A-N-T. And they tell in the book what her name means. But the 4 of them also discover 2 rare birds. And after a little bit of research, they find that they're whooping cranes, and they haven't nested in Texas in 100 years. So they don't tell anybody about them right away. They are just watching them. She sets up her trail cams. They sneak back there all the time to the swamp area, which they got there because they were following a ghost story with the whole camp, the older girls at the camp. And so they went back to in the swamp areas in the middle of the night, and they got really spooked out. But Nina saw something out of the corner of her eye, and she thought it was a ghost at first, but then she realized that it wasn't, and so she went back. And then that's when she realized that this is a bird that she has never seen before, so she then goes and sets up her trail cam. So the 4 of them kind of keep tabs on these 2 whooping cranes for a little while until they realize that they might have a nest, and they might have some eggs in there. They don't know, but so they end up contacting the rescue center for whooping cranes that they found on the internet. So so the rest, find out what happens after that. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Okay, so the genre for this book, Secret Language of Pets, is realistic fiction, animals, nature, birds, contemporary, and friendship. The genre for Words on Fire are historical fiction, adventure, war, and books about books. That's the genre. I did not know that. The genre for the crossover is graphic novel. It's a comic, like we talked about. It is sports, basketball, and poetry, because it's technically novel in verse and realistic fiction. So, all right. The next book that I have to talk about is Fish in a Tree. This one has been around for a really long time. It's by Linda Mullaly Hunt, and I've been wanting to read this for a little while. The copyright is 2015. There are 288 pages. Our main character is Allie. Oh, I pulled my paper out. I wanted to read something. Our main character is Allie. She's dyslexic, but she doesn't know she's dyslexic. She thinks that there's something wrong with her. But then I feel like this sums up to me probably what most dyslexic readers feel like, because if you're not dyslexic, you don't know. So I just thought how Linda Mullaly Hunt, how she wrote it in this book probably is accurate about how dyslexic readers feel. Reading for me is like when I drop something and my fingers scramble to catch it, and just when I think I've got it, I don't. If trying to read helped, I'd be a genius. So she tries and tries and tries to learn how to read. She just can't get a grasp on it. And she's frustrated and she's embarrassed. She is able to somehow get out of the reading when she's called on. She's very sarcastic. She's a jokester. She gets out of the work. One way or another, she always gets out of the work. So Mr. Daniels is her new teacher, and he starts to see that she may have a problem reading. She may have a problem learning how to read. So he is learning how to teach her how to read. So they make a connection that way. Allie is an artist, and she loves colors. So she sees the world in colors, and she will draw all the time. She doodles all the time. When she maybe hears a story, she'll doodle about it. So there's lots of cute little drawings in the back of this book that represent the doodles that she has in her notebook. So once she realizes that she can learn how to read, she starts to feel proud of herself, and also knowing that there's nothing wrong with her. She just learns a little bit different. She kind of takes that on and is proud of that. And her classmates come beside her, and they're starting to understand why she can't read. So they are supporting her as well, which I love seeing that, because I think that our students' friends need to realize that sometimes our friends have a hard time and they learn a little bit different way. Their brains are just a little bit different, and they see things maybe a little bit differently than we do. So I think that that's important. It's a good topic to talk about. This would be a great read aloud for a classroom. The genres are realistic fiction, school, friendship, and disability, which I don't know if I'd want to call it a disability, but yeah. So that is Fish in a Tree. Check this one out. Okay, the last one that I have is an older book that we've had in our library. And I know that you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, but I do it all the time. I can't help it. I think we all do. I'll always do it. I'll continue to do it. I just will. That's the honest truth. This one, however, doesn't have cover. So, but it's called A Boy Called Bat, and it is by Alana K. Arnold. I'm sure it had a cover at some point, but it was probably ripped. So I'm going to put it right here. This is what the cover looks like. And so I will be ordering a new one with a new cover on it. One of my 5th graders checked this out of the library this year, which that's what made me want to read it. I've seen it on the shelf for quite a while. I'm going into my 6th year. This book has been there longer than I have, and it's been checked out, but nobody's really ever talked about it. So I wanted to see what it was about. So this is what it's about. Our main character is Bixby Alexander Tam, Bat. His initials are B-A-T, so they call him Bat, a boy called Bat. And his mother is a veterinarian, and she brings home a baby skunk, which is a kit. Bat knows a lot about animals. He's into animals. I feel like I've talked about this book, but he knows a lot about animals. He wants to be a veterinarian just like his mom when he grows up. So he immediately wants to take care of this baby skunk that his mom brings home, who is an orphaned baby skunk. So Bat's mom brings this baby skunk home to take care of for 1 month before they can take it to the rescue center. But Bat he wants to keep this kit forever. He's fallen in love with it. So he has 1 month to prove to his mom that he can take care of this skunk. And of course, they have to name the skunk. So they name him Thor. He was born on a thunderstorm, so they named him Thor. One of the things about Bat is he's particular. He's quirky. He's on the spectrum. So, and that it comes through very clearly in the text that you read. So I wanted to show this too. Like, look at this art. Like, it's just beautiful. I love that. And because I don't have the cover, I can't find the illustrator quickly, but look at that, of course, is Thor. So let me tell you the genre of this book. It's realistic fiction, animals, autistic spectrum disorder, and family. So you'll learn a little bit about Bat in this book. I also believe there are 3 other books in this series. I know for sure there's one. Let me see if I can. I was wrong. There are 4 books in this series, which I feel like okay. So the 4th one is new. It only came out in February, so that has to go on my order list. But A Boy Called Bat, Bat and the Waiting Game, Bat and the End of Everything, and Bat and the Business of Ferrets. So check those ones out. I think that I will be talking about this series because I don't know if you also saw this, but the text is it's pretty easy. This would be great for our 3rd graders just coming into our school, and honestly some of our 4th graders, and that's okay. And maybe even our 5th graders. I mean, we'll just say 30 something. I read it and enjoyed it too, so it's a great book for everyone. So all right, with that, I'm going to leave you. I think I did pretty good on my video today. I didn't rant too much. I didn't talk your ear off. I thank you for being here. I hope you come back. I'm glad if you did come back. If you found me for the first time, again, please like and subscribe and spread the word. I am new at this. I'm learning. I'm having so much fun. I have so many ideas and I have so many books to talk about because this summer I have read a lot, and so far I have talked about 15 books, so I think I'm halfway done with the books. And then I have also picked up some books at some thrift stores. I went to the Scholastic Warehouse sale and picked up a book, so I would love to talk about that. And I think somebody just walked in.